Question 929. If humans had to mate with another species to reproduce, what species would you pick?
Rodents. That was just a teensy bit weird. Just the way that you said it.
It's.
Well, look at the
Sounds
question.
like it. It sounds like it's gonna, this is going to be the problem. Any way we answer this, it's going to be wrong. It's going to be bad.
Oki says aliens. Yandia says dog. B says chimp. Antjer says not ducks.
No, they got a corkscrew down there. You don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want corkscrew penis.
Nobody said goats. I noticed.
Just,
I can't answer this.
I'm not sure her eyes went greener.
I have such an issue with bestiality that it's just like.
But no, because we're not talking about shagging it.
Well, if we are talking
Mate.
reproducing,
Well,
are we talking about
reproduction,
artificial-
getting pregnant. How does
We're
that
talk-
happen, Dave?
Yeah. Well, when the mummy pickle and the daddy.
Chad says, pragmatically speaking, I vote dog. Santi says a lioness. Sammy says pigs.
I've got a feeling a chimpanzee is going to be the most feasible, but
Well, we're
Yeah.
assuming that size and scale is overcome for the spirit of the question.
So a nice yeti, then that would be all right.
Yes, as would
so
a rodent of some sort.
cryptozoology is allowed in this.
No, Bigfoot
Cryptozoological-
exists.
Well, yeah, there we go. So cryptozoological animals exist for the purpose of this question.
Why? You fancy Loch Ness?
Oh, well, you know, why not? Yeah, Nessie could be quite interesting. You know.
I've certainly seen her in some animations, quite alluring.
Yeah.
Starkey gone.
Okay, ready? A horse, a narwhal, and an albatross. Then we could create flying unicorn Pegasus horses. Centaurs with human
This was
peppers.
who are you going to mate with?
Well, I'll do the horse. Somebody else can then that kid can do the albatross, and then that one can do the narwhal, and then you'd get the horn. You'd have the ability to swim, the horsey type body, big wings of an albatross, and the horn of a narwhal, and then you'd have the upper body of the human, so you'd be like a centaur, unicorn.
You really need a
Pegasus.
turtle,
If
you know.
I now.
Did you wake and bake this morning?
I was doing it just before the show started.
If I were to produce a hybrid with a dog, okay, I would have
Golden
to,
Retriever?
I'd have to wait a few years, but this would be my plan. I would challenge Kent Hoving to a debate and just wait for him to say, nobody's ever seen a dog produce something that's not a dog. And like, come out, son.
I'd wonder if you'd start sniffing crotches, though, half dog. And that's just kind of...
And you have the farts. Randy
Yeah.
Bigfoot asks, how is he supposed to answer this? I think you could answer it by saying human. Chad says sea cucumber. You can carry it around with you and it works for both sexes. He's very pleased with that answer. Antjer says, if we're including cryptids, mermaids. Stool is going to be ecstatic that he missed us mentioning mermaids. Yes.
Everyone? Have you ever seen what a dog sticks their nose in?
Yeah.
Does it stick its nose in poo?
Sometimes they get worms from smelling other dogs' poo. Disgusting.
Fresh.
Apparently, there are still people that hang out around here that don't know that Dave is Dave.
No, we don't.
Your name is literally underneath.
No, it's not.
No, not on the
It's
not
not
online.
But not for other people.
Nope. No one knows who I am. I'm completely anonymous.
You're
Unique.
Dave.
I blend into the
Pay
background.
no attention to the man behind the curtain. It's just Dave.
I want to apologize for being here. Welcome to here, but this is Dave.
Catnip.
I would just not reproduce with anything.
You don't like your baby. So you like your baby.
I do like my baby, but I would also like to continue reproducing with my husband, who is not of a different species.
Lucy.
Well, I'm not really sure about the format of the question, if I'm honest with you. Because I was under the impression that are we trying to just make a mythical creature, or are
No,
we
to be
trying
quite honest, we are trying to make humans.
Well, if you're trying to make humans, then you would have to go, like Godless Scummer said, for the chimpanzee or the gorilla, and then you would sort of be starting the whole evolution process again, surely. So then you would eventually come to a human.
Not necessarily, but okay.
Not necessarily, but okay. This is how I'm answering the question, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah.
So we could get
I
into
often
the
wonder
whole
if
debate
Dave
about.
is short for David.
See, we could go into the whole debate of whether
If-
Homo sapiens and Neanderthals ever read.
Don't
that,
ask that
can't we?
question.
Too late, I already have.
No, you haven't.
So obviously, I would have to go with the gorilla or the chimpanzee.
You don't fancy a German Shepherd?
How would that make another
Oh,
human?
Dave, now what have you done? You said that.
How would we be going towards the human route?
Well,
if we were-
you're not quite. But I've got the clarification slightly wrong, and I think
You clarified the question and changed it completely.
Well,
How?
just
I just screwed it up.
clarify,
I screwed it up
Like-
completely.
just to clarify, some people out there do look at their animals and think,
I'll have
I
a
would.
bit of that.
I can honestly say now to everybody watching, I have
That's fine.
never looked at my German Shepherd and thought, do you know what? Me and you, let's get it on.
What about horses?
Never.
Never. I thought all girls looked at horses and thought, "Wow."
Yeah, see, I was in the shop and they had this nice magazine, Horse Love, and I was looking at the pictures.
She's gone red.
In answer to your question, if we were trying to get to the old human, we would either do chimpanzee or gorilla. That's my answer.
What about bonobos? Aren't they quite close as well?
I don't know what a nobo
Yeah,
is.
and they're very very similar, I suppose, to chimpanzee. There's also very identical advices. Bonobos also are horny as fuck as well.
Are they? Are they the ones that shag
well,
anything?
So they pretty it's like sex is a huge part of their their sort of social structure. It's like they settle argue, after instead of like hugging or something, if they settle an argument, they'll have sex to make up. It's just
Are you okay?
bonobo. And bonobos generally, so not in every case, but generally, they're more matriarchal in their societies. Like generally, like the alpha is a female in the group. With chimpanzees, it's generally like the alpha's a male. I mean, probably I've a while since I read it, but like Franz de Waal's done some excellent sort of books on the subjects like chimpanzees and bonobos and stuff. So,
I mean, I'm a little bit up for having an enormous, brightly coloured arse, I have to say.
That fits very well with the question that I'm not asking. Jenny says, "I suppose a Republican."
Jenny wins the internet.
Yes. Right. Penultimate question.
Can I just say, when
What?
you read out the number of the question, it automatically makes me feel really tired.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like question 9,742, and I'm like,
We're gonna make it to 1,000 soon.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Well done.
3 is like. Oh.
Why is that making you tired? Like you answered what? How many in one night?
I know. But thanks for watching.
Probably what?
Like and subscribe.
Ring my bell.
You got see you didn't have this sort of situation. If you were lucky, you got to speed answer these things. We don't get that luxury.
I'm on my best behaviour today. Next.
Next.
Sorry,
Right.
Dave. Carry on.
Question 930. What?
Wait a second. Did you answer the last question?
Yes.
Yeah, Dave.
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
sure I
actually,
did.
we do have to realize just because man does not hear at the moment doesn't mean you get out of answering questions.
I think he's not answered most of them up until now, but
Probably, yeah. But, yeah, that's definitely. It's
I
good
was
for you
told
to.
last night we're not allowed to ask him to answer the question, so I haven't.
that was a lie.
Come on, I actually super chatted him yesterday to say, Dave, answer the question.
Right, next question.
What?
What? The next
I didn't
question.
I didn't get what your answer was though.
I answered earlier.
Which was
I forget. I'll go with the Republicans. I quite like that answer. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.